Cambridge ICT 23 March paper 31 web author. You have been supplied with the following source files. I have the source files on top. Evidence, I already have the evidence file open and ready. Skip the spreadsheet and let us go. Task 3, file management and image manipulation. So you will do some copy and paste and you will edit a picture. Okay. Create a new folder called TCC. Go to the desktop, right click new and folder and call it TCC. Locate the following files and store them in your TCC folder. Padding picture, logo picture, TCC HTML, text file. So highlight those 4 files, that picture, that website, text file, right click copy and go to the other file that is called TCC and right click paste. Okay. Okay, these are the files. Okay, that was about file management. And image manipulation, open and edit the file m23 logo.jpg by reflecting it horizontally, rotating it 180 degrees, reducing image dimension 90 pixels by 180 to 90 pixels by 180. I think I can do this using Photoshop. Right click on that picture, MS23 logo, right click, open with Adobe Photoshop CS6. Reflect, flipping it horizontally. Image rotation, flip canvas horizontal. Okay, that was the first thing. Rotated 180 degrees so the text is readable. Again, image rotation 180. Now the text is readable. Reducing the image dimensions to 900 pixels wide by 180. Image size. And there is one good thing. If you type here 900, the height will automatically adjust to 180. And this means the constraint proportion. That means it remains proportional. Click OK. Okay, thank you so much. Save it in PNG format. File, save as, in the same folder, TCC. However, the file type would change from JPEG into PNG. Using the name TCC logo underscore. So in here, keep the .png. Keep the .png and don't touch. Just give it the name TCC logo and keep the .png. Okay, and make sure you are saving it in your TCC folder. And click on save and click OK on whatever options that appear. And then close Photoshop and we are done with that. Okay. Display the contents of your TCC folder, showing folder name, all file names, file dimension, image dimension, file extension, file sizes. You can achieve this by right-click, view content. Right-click, view content. and maximize your folder. And take a screenshot of this. When you did right-click View and Content, now you can see file type, dimensions. I think this is the required evidence. Dimensions 900 by 180, and it is PNG, and the file is named TC logo with your candidate number on it. However, you need to picture the whole folder to get a reward for the copy and paste. Okay, so snipping tool, new, picture the whole folder in the evidence and click on save in the evidence. Okay, we are done with that. That was worth 5 marks. From now on, anything you do will be in the TCC folder. The whole web page will be in the TCC folder, and the exam will keep reminding. Okay, let us go to task 4 web page. You are going to create a style sheet, and part of a web page, a style sheet is .css, a web page is .html. For Tawara Cricket Club, the same scenario, talking about the same thing. The web page and style sheet must work in any browser. So at the end of the exam, you will save and preview in browser. If it doesn't work, it's your marks. Okay. All color codes are in hexadecimal. This is a hexadecimal number. However, color order is not correct. It should be red, green, and blue. They are giving it in the incorrect order. You have to put them in the correct order. All color codes are in hexadecimal. These are hexadecimal numbers. And any new color code must also be in hexadecimal. Make sure your style sheet contains no HTML. Make sure your style sheet and HTML are as efficient as possible, which means H1, H2, H3, and P are all the same. They have to be configured or specified in just one command. Okay, otherwise you will lose your efficiency. Okay, create a new style sheet in your TCC folder and name it M23TCC.css. You can use your SharePoint Designer application. It is the best application that can help with creating web pages. Click on it. So this is SharePoint Design. If you have it code like this, change it to design. In any way, I am not satisfied with that untitled one.html. I would like to have a file.css. So click on that X to get rid of that file. And click on the arrow beside that blank new file and choose a CSS. Okay, now I have a file.css with no code in it because the exam is asking me no HTML code in the CSS. It is now empty. And it is already .css. File save as, never created here in your website. Things will get complicated. Go to the desktop and go to the TCC folder, give it that name, m23.tcc, and change the file type to become CSS file. So it is m23tcc. Don't put .css. It is already here. And change the save as type to CSS file. And save. See, now you have an empty style sheet. Add CSS to this style to meet these specifications. Background. Please let us stop for a second. The background of the page. You would like to create background for the page. You have to insert that background color in a style called body so that it affects the whole page. So you will create a style called body and go to the background color of that style called body and make the color components. You start with the red, then the green, then the blue, because this is the correct. The exam is giving it to you in a random order. Okay, let us create this style. Click on that button that is new style. delete that new style and delete the dot. Remember, the dot is for creating a class. Name it body because I would like to create the background for the whole page. Please notice that body is not written here. It's from your knowledge. Okay, so the background of the entire page will be in style body. Okay, now go to background. This is background color. Click more colors and selected initially as black. Click on that black. Because now I have the code hex, which stands for hexadecimal. And 00, 00, 00, 00. The first two zeros is the hexadecimal value for the red. So make it 6D, and D is a hexadecimal number. So the first two zeros, replace it with 6D. And the second is the green component. It should be 04. So it is 6D, 04, 0A. The A is a hexadecimal number. Okay, so the hex 6D, this is the red, 04, this is the green, 2A, and this is the blue. 2A is a hexadecimal number. Click OK. See, the code is written here, hash 6D 040A. This is the hexadecimal color code required. If you click OK, and this is the preview, it will the background will be brown like this. Click OK and check the code written. So body bracket background dash color colon hash. This is the code for hexadecimal, the hash 6D040A semicolon. I think this is correct. Then H1 and H2 and H3 and P, put them all together. Okay, the font will be Domino. If not available, will be Domino regular. If not available, is gonna be serif, and the font color will be yellow. So easy. Create a new style. Delete this and delete the dot. And H1, H2, H3, P. H1, H2, H3, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and P is the paragraph style. And the font family should be Domino, comma. Type this, comma. If not available, then Domino regular. After the comma, put Domino regular. And if these fonts aren't available, you put serif. So it should be written like this: Domino, comma, Domino regular, comma, and then serif. And SharePoint Designer will put Domino regular for you between speech marks because the font name has a space. Copy them from here. Domino, comma, Domino regular, comma, serif. Font color yellow. Font color, choose the yellow and look, make sure it is written in hexadecimal. It is hash FF00. This is the code for yellow. SharePoint Designer is finding the code for you, and this is in hexadecimal. Okay, so the code will be like this. See, Domino regular will be between speech marks. Thanks for SharePoint Designer. And if you click OK, so H1, H2, H3, P, and this is efficient. And font dash family, Domino, Domino regular, between speech mark, serif, semicolon, on another line, color. Color is written in the American spelling, LOR, not in the British spelling. A colon hash, which means hexadecimal, FF00. This is the hexadecimal color code for table. Aligned center within the browser window. Border, collapse, and not visible. We would like the table to be center aligned. We do this in a little bit strange way. You have to know it and always use it. In style sheet, if you like the table to be center, you go to the left margin and make it auto, and go to the right margin and make it auto. And then two margins, left and right, are auto. The table will be center. And borders collapse. I can go to border and collapse. Not visible. This is the default. The default style for table borders not to be visible unless you specify a thickness for it. I will not specify. Okay, so please in SharePoint Designer, new style, click delete and delete the dot and type table. You are creating a style for table. And then you want it center. Go to box, margin, untick that, same for all. Make the right margin auto, make the left margin auto. It will write the code for you and hopefully it will display it correctly. Border collapse, go to table, and this is border dash collapse and make it collapse. So instead of borders being two parallel lines, it will be collapsed into single. I think that's it. Click OK. And look at the code table. Margin dash right is auto. Margin dash left is auto. Border dash collapse is collapse. The exam says borders are not visible. This is the default. I will not specify any thickness for the border. If I specify some thickness and make it solid and give it a color, then it will be visible. I will ignore this right now and it will automatically work. Place your name, center number, candidate number as a comment at the start of the style sheet. This is a little bit dangerous because you have to type the code for a comment yourself. If you start a comment and do not terminate it, the whole file will be a comment. It will not work. Okay, because it is asking at the start of the style sheet. Please be very careful. Put the pointer before body and put two new empty lines. Okay, go to the top line. You start a comment by typing /*. See, the whole file now is a comment. The whole file is disabled. Put 3 spaces and then */ Now you have successfully terminated the comment. And the file is back to life again. In between, put whatever you wish. That should be your name, center number, and candidate number. So put your candidate details in a comment at the top of the style sheet. Okay. Save your style sheet. Okay. Click on button save. Put a copy of it in your evidence, not a screenshot, copy of it. Highlight and copy, and in your evidence after that picture, a new line and paste. The examiner will read this and award you all the points. Just please click on the save button every now and then. That was worth 13 marks, quite a lot. It took us some time, but it is worth. Okay? Okay, open in your TCC folder the web page called M23 TCC. Again, is referring you to the TCC folder. Okay, this is your SharePoint Designer application. You open, don't open it from here. Go to the desktop and go to the TCC folder. And this is the file, M23 TCC. Open it. What is that? First, it is now open in the SharePoint Designer application for editing. If you double click on it, it will open in the browser, not for editing. Let us examine what we have here. A, B, C, D. That A, B, C, D should be within a table. That this is not a table, or is it a table? Okay, okay. The web page has a structure. It says it has a structure like this. Okay, you have to be experienced. I think, let us look at the code. Let us look at the code. It is already a table. It is already a table. So it is a table. However, I think cells are very narrow for one reason, because there is no text in it or pictures. I can fix it in 2 ways. I can start putting a picture instead of A, and the table will widen. Or let us go a little bit through the exam. It says, edit the web page so that the table fits 85% of the browser window. Let us do this. It will help us a lot. It will help us a lot. Let us please right-click somewhere on the table. Right-click somewhere on the table and go to table properties. Specify width in percent and make it 85. Specify width in percent and make it 85. Tick on that, specify width. And in percent and make it 85. Click OK. See, now the table is expanded. Now it is a table. Now I can work comfortably. Okay. Okay, the exam now is very easy because the exam is providing me with a drawn table. Okay, each cell contains a letter which must not appear in the final web page. Okay, replace letter A with TC logo. Very easy. There is no video in here. So delete the A and click on that button and make sure you go to the desktop and the TCC folder and put that, which one? Let us read the exam again. The logo you saved in step 9. It is the one with my candidate. Answer. Do I have to put an alternative text for it? No, didn't ask. Okay, just click OK. So this is the logo you have edited in Photoshop. In B, the contents of the text file m23text.txt. Double click on that file. Edit, select all, or you may use Control A, and then edit, copy, and go to cell B. Instead of B, remove the B and paste. And there is an empty line, get rid of it. Okay. So the exam says replace B with the contents of the file M23. Replace C with M23, but the image. So delete, see that C? Deleted. Don't delete the cell. Delete only the C. Insert picture, and that picture batik. No alternative text. Okay? Your website is building. Replace D with web page created by, followed by your name, center number, candidate number. So delete that D and type using your keyboard the text web page created by and colon space name EG 0070001. Apply style H2 to all text in B and D. Highlight the text in here and make it style H2. Highlight the text in here, and make it style H2. Edit the web page so the table fits 85% of the browser window. I did that earlier so that I can work on the table. We already did that. The table, 85% of the browser. What else? The last thing is to attach the style sheet M23, the one you created. So, attach style sheet, browse, and this is the file from the TCC. Open it, and OK. See, the background color is applied. And the H1 and H2 are all in yellow. And the table, these dotted lines represent invisible borders. However, there is one little thing that didn't work. The table is not centered. We made the left margin auto and the right margin auto to have it centered. Maybe it is because the SharePoint designer didn't understand it very well. We will save and preview in browser, hoping that it will be centered in the browser. And this is what matters. Okay, save your web page. Click on button save. Now I'm done. Display the web page in your browser. Click on that button, preview in browser. And I'm happy that it is centered in the browser. I think the website looks perfect. Okay, so display in browser, take screenshot evidence and place in your evidence document. Make sure all the page can be seen, all the text can be easily read, address bar is fully visible. The examiner would like to see that address bar, would like to see, and that you're working in the TCC full. Okay, so snipping tool, new, take a picture of all this. The address bar is visible, and go to the evidence file. After the style sheet, click on paste and save. Okay, what else? You should be familiar how the exam will go. The last thing, they will ask you for the HTML source. Take a copy of the HTML source. You go again to SharePoint Designer. This is SharePoint Designer. Display the code. Select all, edit, or Control A if you're skillful. Select all, and then edit, copy, and go to your evidence file. After the picture, press enter and paste. Save the evidence. So see, everything in your website is now in the evidence. Just remember, print the evidence. Otherwise, you will have nothing. Just remember to print the evidence and make sure your name is in the header of every page of that evidence. That's it for this question. I hope it was easy.